Hmm. Fun times. Real fun times. So I got myself some egg salad from Ingles. And some, not sponsored in part by Ritz, family-sized toasted chips, sour cream and onion. Although I wish they would actually cut me a check and sponsor me in some way. Demon Hunter Bear in the house. And Goat Extra and DN. What? Goat Extra and DN, salute. Haven't seen you two in a while. Demon Hunter Bear, as always, legendary loyalist. I love having you here. Oh my goodness. How are we doing, fellas? Pretty good? All right, now I'm not going to eat because I got people here to talk with. I was going to start eating until people filed in. But apparently, we got an audience here, so now we can just skip straight to the jokies. I'll save that stuff for when I get to the hizzy. My nizzy, for Izzy, for shizzy. Do you know why Snoop carries an umbrella? For the drizzy. For the drizzle. That's an old joke. It's really bad. So, I was joking with a coworker. He was like, I wonder what the German word is for virgin. I was like, oh, I know what it is. It's Gutentite. I'll wait for you guys to laugh on that one. I thought it's newer. It's kind of funny. Like, you know, the German word is for constipation. Far from pooping. Okay, I screwed that joke up totally. Get your food. You've been working. Yeah, I'm not gonna eat with like a mouthful of food. Zaralath and more Eternal in the house. John Ward will be on Quite Frankly TV tonight. Thank you for that. That gives me something to watch tonight. Thank you, Zaralath. I do appreciate your friendship and how informative you always are. Just tuned in. Yeah, it's and here's why I bring it up. Like, as a comedian, and yeah, I'm going to say that because I've cracked hundreds of jokes. I've entertained thousands of people. I've done like 150 open mics, but no one will hire me onto a show because I quote unquote say offensive words, which is fine. F them. I don't care. But here, Frank is on now. John, not yet. Thank you for the update, Zaralath Eternal. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I've been up literally, not even joking, for 19 hours now. I'm freaking exhausted. It's 1 a.m. to me. I am exhausted. 4x2. Mine says 5x1. Isn't that weird? Thank you. Bat Shite Crazy in the house. Man, we got a full house up in the hizzy. Okay, so yesterday, I'll give you a small syllabus. They are scared of a real joke. I know, and I'm like, nigga, please. Anyways. And people that can't say it, I think you're racist if you can't say it. If you always say N-word, you're expecting me to think that all black people are N-words, and they're not. There's white people, there's white trash. There's Hispanics, there's spics. There's black people, and there's niggers. There's a difference. And if you're offended by that, fuck off. Being offended is a choice, just like road rage is a choice. I'll hear this later, bud. Just checking in. Zaralath Eternal. Go follow my boy, Zaralath Eternal. Thank you for checking in, buddy. I appreciate you. Jay is here. What's up, girl? The only female here. Thank you, Jay, for being here. It was starting to be a sausage fest. Anyways, so let me tell you. In the comedy world, as I was saying, because I consider myself a comedian, it is uncouth and bad taste to not give credit where credit is due. So these next jokes that I'm going to say are not my jokes. They're John Ward's jokes. That's why I tagged him in the intro, because he literally dropped a video like less than 20 minutes ago, and I got in my feed, and I was just getting into my van with my groceries, and I was watching it while I was loading up stuff and putting things away in my cooler, because some stuff has to stay cold, because I knew I was going to do a live stream, and I have to... Boy had me cracking up laughing. Like, he's not an on-stage comedian, but he's one of the funniest people on YouTube. Go follow John Ward. If you don't know who John Ward is, where have you been over the last 5 to 10 years? That man is hilarious. You can be offended or just enjoy life. DN gets it, yes. I'll hear this later, but just... Oh, I already read that. They are scared of a real joke. Okay, so here's the deal. Oh, we got a train in front of us. Hold on. Let's see if we can see that. Nope, it just zooms in on the rain on my windshield because I haven't used my windshield wipers. Anywho, so hear me out. First off, Yesterday, I went to go take a nap, and I went and laid down around 4:15 and thought, oh, I'll just get a 2 hour. Here's the thing, and this is like, it's a psychological trick, so follow me on this, all right? Choo choo. Yeah, you can hear it? Okay, I'm sure you can hear it. This is literally a psychological trick I have to do in my head to maintain my sanity as a man so I don't murder people in traffic. But here's the honest to God truth. Normally, I get, on average, about one Saturday off per month. So on average, I work 6 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I get Sunday off. But the way you deal with that mentally is on Sunday, like in the morning, yeah, I have breakfast with my son, I'll go to church, I might even have lunch with my family, and then I get home and I nap. And then my Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening, so in my head, it feels like I got a weekend. Like Sunday morning was the Saturday, then I got a nap, which felt like a full night's rest, even though it was only a 2 hour nap. And then I have Sunday night, which feels like my Sunday. So on Monday, I'm completely calm, I'm relaxed, I'm refreshed, I'm rejuvenated. I got a nap the day before, plus a full night's rest, so I can go into work without choking my coworkers out, watching their capillaries burst in their eyes in front of me as the light drains from their face, because I love them. Point being, normally, I only get about one Saturday off per month on average. All right. So I work 6 days a week. So on Sunday, that nap is imperative. I have to have that nap. It divides my Sunday morning from my Sunday night to where, like, if I have the nap, it makes it feel in my head like I had a full weekend. Like there were 2 separate days because it was divided by the nap. Do you get me? I mean, that's not crazy, right? You follow the logic here, right? Unless there's a service call emergency and I get on call and I get called to a Walmart distribution center to unclog 2 floor drains and auger 4 toilets like I did a few Sundays ago, and been like, man, I could be napping right now, but I wasn't. It's important to treat an offended person like they pooped their pants. Sometimes. Demon Hunter Bear, I do love your perspective. You get it. You totally get it. So here's the point. It is imperative that I get a Sunday. If Sunday's my only day off, it is imperative for my mental health well-being that I get a nap. It doesn't matter if it's a 1 hour nap or if it's a 3 hour nap. I need that Sunday nap so that Sunday night I can do my laundry and get prepped for Monday and feel like it's an actual Sunday and feel like the Sunday morning was Saturday. Does it make sense? Am I logical? I'm not crazy for thinking this, right? You seem really energetic for being tired. Yeah, I had coffee at an AA meeting earlier, and it's apparently jacked up on the caffeine. Love it. That's another story I'm going to get to in a little bit. Point being is this. Yesterday, Sunday, I decided to take a nap around 4:15 after a lovely lady who will remain unnamed had a medical emergency that I wish I could have been there to help her with. But she made it through, and then she sent me some lovely pictures of herself, fully clothed, tastefully and respectfully, because she's a lady, and those pictures like made my afternoon. But I did not respond to her text because I didn't want to get into a text conversation because I knew I was about to nap, right? But still, love the pictures that she sent me. Amazing. Like, beautiful woman. Absolutely beautiful. Classy lady. Only 5.5, 6 hours away from me. Anyways. Point being, we might meet in the future. Depends on how the cards flow. I'm getting off track. Here's the point. Worked away lots. Get what you can when you get a chance. Yeah, with the naps, for sure. I agree. Exactly, Deanne. So here's the thing. Yesterday, I get these beautiful, tasteful, in pajamas and a spaghetti string tank top pictures from a lady that I'm a little bit smitten with. Not in a dangerous way. I'm not a psychopath. I mean, I barely know the chick. But at the same time, I would be lying if I didn't say that I cared about her. I do care about her. I really do. And she might be quietly watching in the background while eating supper, waiting for me to make her laugh so she could allegedly choke on her food and then text me later, I almost choked on my supper because you were hilarious. I'm hoping that happens, allegedly. Now, 6 people here. 1 thumbs up. Thanks for being here, y'all. Anyways, where were we? Point being, yesterday, I see these pictures from her. I want to respond to her text. I'm glad everything was safe with her medical, like, emergency with the child, because we're both single parents. We both get it, right? So, anyways, it's one of those things where it's like, I go to bed at 4:15 yesterday afternoon. I wake up, it's completely dark. I realized I have blown my Sunday night out of the water like a battleship in battle. Like horrible. So I woke up at 12:15 last night and thought, well, I just got a full 8 hours of sleep, and I was like super refreshed. And I was like, oh man, I feel refreshed. Oh, it's dark. Like I just wasted my entire Saturday night. Or Sunday night, sorry. You know what I meant. Point being, I stayed up all night. And, well, what did you do while you stayed up all night? Did you just watch cartoons and YouTube videos? Yes and no. Okay? Yes, I did a little bit of that. But also, oh my goodness. You're getting old when it's food that you wish she was choking on. No, it's, okay, because she's 6 hours away. And I know she's watching while she's eating supper. Deanne, you don't know my life. Anyways. Jay gets it, says I'm silly. Thank you, young lady. Anyways, point being is this. So I woke up at 12:15 and thought I might as well take advantage of the night. So did I eat? Yeah. Did I watch some TV? Sure. Did I watch some YouTube videos that were educational about psychology and, dating tips and how to fix things and funny fails? Yeah, I did. And then I installed my washer and dryer last night, which I almost made that picture the thumbnail, but I obviously picked the thumbnail I picked because it's funnier. And we're going to get to that in a minute. Oh, I feel a burp right there, but it's not coming up. Oh, there it is. Coffee burps. So I go to work this morning. I leave my house at 7:10 this morning. Mind you, after being up from 12:15 to 7:10 in the morning, almost 7 hours. Well, what'd you do in that 7 hours? I installed my washer and my dryer with brand new supply lines, ran a whole load of laundry, got all my work clothes cleaned. I caulked some trim around my house and stuff. I vacuumed my living room. Like I did all kinds of stuff. Then I packed up my truck, made sure everything was ready, and I left work at 7:10. I took my sweet time. I had to go to Home Depot and I had to return something that I didn't need, and they gave me a gift card, and I was like, sweet. So I bought a Starbucks, one of those Frappuccinos in the glass bottle, which I never do, so I felt like it was spoiling myself with a $3 expenditure. But it gave me the caffeine and the energy to stay awake. And yeah, I got a Monster Energy drink last night because I knew I was going to be up all night. So from 12:15 to 7:10 a.m., I had the Monster Energy drink and cigarettes and a lot of YouTube videos. I installed a washer and a dryer. They worked great. I ran a full load of work clothes, which was awesome. So I had clean, fresh work clothes for this morning, which I loved. Yep, smells like Tide. Sponsored in part by Tide, that will not write me a check because I say words and they won't sponsor me ever. Point being, I left my house at 7:10 this morning. I stopped by Home Depot. I had to return some stuff. I bought some stuff. I got a Starbucks drink. And I made it to the shop by 7:40-ish. And we're not really required to be there till 8. So 7:40. And by the way, Saturday night, I had already done all my paperwork. Jay knows this because I was talking to her Saturday night. So much so, I did that chick I was telling you about that's 6 hours away. I did my paperwork Saturday night, made it home, and called her and talked with her for 20 minutes. Cracked some jokes, made her laugh. And she sent me some pictures of pink Victoria's Secret stuff. That's none of your business, okay? I'm so mad at myself for being infatuated for somebody of that age range. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Point being is this. I knew that today was going to be a quote-unquote long Monday, all right? And as of right now, I have been up for 19 hours and 15 minutes, roughly, allegedly. Could it be? It's like 1 a.m. to me right now. Point being is this. I go to work. We installed a tankless water heater today in record time. We smashed that stuff. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And then we had to go look at a slab. We had to go to a plumbing supply house. We had to do a whole bunch of shizzle. And we even fixed one guy's. Oh, dude, we started a small fire in a wall that we had to put out with a soldering torch. That was hilarious. Like grown men getting mouthfuls of water and spitting them into a hole in the wall to put out a fire in insulation that has started based on our plumbing work. That's hysterical. I don't care who you are. Anyways, point being, as it were, so as it seems, sir or ma'am or both that are here. 4 people here, 2 thumbs up is what mine says. So here's the thing. We get off work at literally like 5:30, 5:45 tonight. And my boss slash coworker, who I rode with all day today. I didn't ride in this van. This van stayed parked at the shop. I rode with my boss. He says, do you want to catch a meeting? I said, you know what? I could probably use a meeting. So we went to the Alano Club, caught an AA meeting. I got to do a share about some stuff. Privately, obviously it's anonymous. I'm not going to tell you that shit. But some stuff that happened in my life a month ago where I was just in a weird place. And I was very vulnerable, and people were like, we appreciate you sharing. And I was like, thank you. I don't like being this vulnerable, so I'm going to stop here before like it gets too weird. That's some Three Stooges shizzle. Wait, what do you mean? Which part was 3 2? Okay, so anyways, so I go to the AA meeting tonight, and I get a list of all the sponsors' phone numbers and a schedule because I every now and then I need a meeting to keep me sober and strong. Because why? Because sober me likes remembering how my life goes instead of the Sherlock Holmes of me waking up from a blackout and not knowing how I got home and wondering why my truck is parked in my front yard with the door open and some strange cat sitting in my front seat, and then me having to play Watson and call a bunch of people to find out if I left an open bar tab or got into a fist fight or kissed some chick I don't know. No, those days are behind me. Way behind me. Thank you, Deanne. Tonight, and I'm not going to be honest, even though I was tired, tonight was a meeting I did need. Even though I was like 17, 18 hours awake, I needed that meeting tonight. When I left that meeting, my boss and I, and he shared too. I shared and he shared. It was a good meeting. We went by the shop to get my van, and he had to do some stuff in the office, and I was like, look, I'm going to go to Ingles, get some egg salad, and I'm going to head home. It says 6 people here, 2 thumbs up. Thank you guys for being here. Can never really trust that counter. 6x3 says batshite crazy. Thank you. Anywho, as it were, when I got to Ingles, I got this notification on my phone on YouTube that John Ward had posted a video about Brylan Hollyhand, which is like the quote unquote discount Charlie Kirk wannabe that's now promoting himself, who's obviously come from money as he sits in his $10 million private jet with these, hey, how are you? Your sharing may inspire others. Thank you, Deanne. Appreciate you. And I love how everyone here is a moderator. You notice some random troll comes in and they want to just say some shizzle. They'll be like, oh, I'm going to think twice about that because every single person in the chat has a wrench, and they'll ban me or put me on a 24-hour timeout. And that's what you're allowed to do. Anytime one of my moderators puts a troll into a timeout of any length, whether it be 30 seconds or 24 hours, I always back you up. Like, I'd be like, oh, I don't see, and the message retracted, I can touch the screen and I can see the message that was retracted and be like, oh, that's why they put him in timeout. That's fair. So it's always been worth it. So I stop by Ingles. I get myself some chips. I get myself some egg salad. Yes, the unhealthiness of the chips balances itself with the healthiness of the egg salad. So don't judge me for being old and having an appetite. I'm hungry and tired. Don't judge me. Point being is this. I get a notification on my phone that John Ward has uploaded a video about the discount Charlie Kirk guy named Brylan Hollyhand, right? You're a crusher even after being up for 18 hours. It's been 19 and a half, sir. No, I'm kidding. But yes, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm riding high on the caffeine because I had one of those cups of coffee at AA. It's basically like, it's either engine degreaser or it really gets you go. Like, there's tons of caffeine in that coffee at AA. Did I ever tell you guys about that? My very first AA meeting, I came in drunk and I was like, do you guys have 1 hour chips? Because I haven't made it a full day. And I'd be like, I knew I was in AA because your coffee sucks. And then only half the people laughed. I was like, man, what a bunch of stiffs. Sounds like some of y'all could use a drink. And then they asked me to never come back to AA. And then the sponsor that night said, please come back tomorrow. And the very next day, I was arrested for being drunk and having public disorderly conduct. That was in January of 2024. Good times! And then I went through recovery, and it's exactly what I needed, or else I'd be dead right now. I'd be dead, for sure. Take a coffee addiction course next. Nah, you're funny. I hadn't had coffee since this morning, so I really needed that coffee. So don't judge me, Dad. You could pass for a zesty fellow. Is that a gay joke? I don't know. You got to speak English, bro. You could pass for a zesty fellow currently. What is that supposed to mean? Yeah, I'm zesty. I'm sassy. But not gay, like Pat Shy Crazy says. Anyways. So, point being, tonight, I get out of the AA meeting. I come here for egg salad. I notice the notification on my phone from John Ward making a video about the discount Charlie Kirk known as Brylan Hollyhand. What is it? Brylan Hollyhand. And I watched it, and I'm not going to lie. I laughed my butt off. I laughed my off. Bry meaning strong. Lynn meaning waterfall. Holly meaning small branch. Hand meaning hand. It literally means strong waterfall, small twig, and hand. Like, to the point where he made some crass jokes that I'm not going to repeat here, but it was hysterical. So that's why I wanted to give John Ward credit here. John Ward saw one of my songs I did in 2019 called Black Hole Discovery parody song. It's on the Bane Bear Begins channel. You have to look it up. And I'm not a pianist, and I wasn't a comedian at the time, and I made this funny song about how they made a commercial for NASA and how William Shatner says we're going back to the moon in 2024, and I knew it wasn't going to happen, so I made that song, and here we are. Never happened. Caffeine is a lesser evil that I wrestle with, but also it's useful. Agreed. I'm not shooting up espresso with a needle. I mean, yeah, it's like, I use it responsibly. It's like I'm up at midnight doing shots of espresso going, I don't know why I can't sleep. So anyways, John Ward makes this video. You should check it out on his channel, John Ward. So John Ward makes this video about Brylan Hollyhand, and I wish I would have come up with this joke. I say discount Charlie Kirk. He called it gnarly jerk. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. I wish I would have come up with that joke. It's kind of like this other comedian, and again, I can't take credit for this. This is not my joke. One of the funniest jokes I've ever heard that I wish I would have written so I could have used it on stage was this joke where this older gentleman like me, who's got a little bit of gray hair, he was like, so I found my first gray pubic hair the other day, but don't worry, I didn't freak out about it like everybody else in the elevator. And I don't care who you are, that's the funniest joke I've ever heard that I was jealous that I didn't write it first. John Ward. Yeah, you can look him up on YouTube. Like, he's got gnarly jerk. Yeah, no, but you got to spell jerk, J-I-R-K. And gnarly, you got to spell it G-N-A-R-L-I-E. So it sounds like Charlie, but gnarly jerk. So instead of Charlie Kirk, it's gnarly jerk. Do you play on word that makes it funnier? I mean, you spell out gnarly jerk correctly, Demon Hunter Bear, but if you spell it G-N-A-R-L-I-E space capital J-I-R-K, it's even funnier. And I wish I would have come up with that. And there are 2 different open mics that are happening tonight, and I'm not going to either one of them because food and washing my butt and going to bed are way more important. Allegedly. 1 minute, and I gotta go home and sleep. What do we got, guys, huh? You tell me now. Okay, the cigarette trick did not work. Let's try it again. Ready? Shall we? Nope, not getting it. How dare you? This time. I got it that time, didn't I, sucker? In a world that is wicked funny, one man smokes cigarettes while trying to make one woman 6 hours away laugh and possibly choke on her food a little bit. Not in a throw up way, but in a gag a little bit way. Fast and Mean Pro Comic. David Tell. Oh, David Tell's a legend for sure. All right, y'all got 10 seconds. I'm about to go because I'm hungry and tired in equal measures, and I'm still like 6 miles from home. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you being here. You know that I love you guys. And remember, do feel loved. Later.